Welcome back, my friends, to another transfer roundup video. This time I'll be going through things at a very fast pace because we have tons of stories to discuss and break down. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Hit that like button. Most importantly, share your thoughts and opinions. And thank you to everyone yesterday for leaving me with very insightful feedback in yesterday's video. Without wasting any more time, we start things off with announcement news as Axel Disasi is officially presented by the football club. He signs today on a 6-year deal. And here's what our sporting directors had to say after securing the move. Axel has showcased his quality over several seasons in France, and that has deservedly led to him getting recognition on the international stage. He is ready to take the next step in his career, and we are delighted that he will be here with Chelsea. We welcome him to the club and look forward to him joining up with Mauricio Pochettino and his new teammates in the days ahead. It's quite clear that this is another move from Laurent Stewart, our sporting director, who's using his experience of the French market and Ligue 1 to tap into that and sign some of France's best talents. Of course, let's now see what Disasi had to say after finally being presented, and I really liked his interview today. As he says, "This is something that I've been waiting for. I am so happy to be here at this big club. I'm really proud to be able to be part of this great family, and I hope to achieve very big things here, to win titles. I will do everything I can to achieve those objectives. I'm very ambitious. I'm a defender who likes to properly look for the ball and win it back. The best way of anticipating the opposition player's move is by being in the best position possible. I like to have the ball at my feet and play passes. I like interceptions. I like to be aggressive with the opposition to use my physicality. I want to bring positive energy to this group, to be happy, to have a laugh with my teammates. I like to have fun. I like to joke. It's important because it's a young group who are very close and laugh together. I like that a lot. And I enjoyed watching Hazard, Drogba, Lampard. I liked David Luiz. I liked him a lot. He was crazy. He was fun to watch on the pitch and he could shoot from so far out. I like to do that sometimes too." Also says Fabregas, "I played with him for 2 years in Monaco and he was amazing. Those players stand out." So I think it's quite safe to say that we've signed a great player with a great personality, great ambition, and I'm loving the fact that he also is a big fan of David Luiz, who for me is one of my favourite players due to those exact reasons Disasi described. Not only is Axel a great all-round accomplished defender, he's a great character and he's a great leader. I mean, he was the vice captain at Monaco, so I feel like we're bringing in a personality and a player that will really complement this group we have. So it's quite clear that we've secured our defence now for the foreseeable future. It is a shame though that this comes at the expense of Trevor Chalobah, who I feel in his own right was good enough to remain here. But at the same time, of course, we're signing a great player in Disasi. So all I can say is, welcome to Chelsea Football Club, Axel Disasi. Now we discuss small updates. We talked Tino Livramento, and yesterday he secured a £40 million move to Newcastle. We're set to earn around 15 to 18 million from this move due to adding sell-on clauses in the deal which sold Tino Livramento to Southampton. We keep on earning money in this window, and you'd like to think that this money earned now from Tino will literally pay off the move for Robert Sanchez. I'm not surprised that Tino has moved to a big club. When I saw him at our academy, I was calling this guy the Cobham Hakimi for a reason. He has a very unique game for the position he plays. And listen, I'm not going to describe the circumstances that led to him being sold. I've done that enough times. It's not always popular for people to hear that. But all I like to think is that in a different world with this new ownership, they would have secured this guy, got him to stay here, and then you're thinking about saving like 40, 35 million in the market by having him and Reece James together. But regardless, good luck to Tino, and most importantly, we have earned substantial money from this move. Today we discuss more midfield targets, and this time we're being linked with Paris Saint-Germain's Leandro Parades. Now, as I've been saying in recent videos, it's quite obvious that there's an openness to sell Conor Gallagher, and for those reasons, this means that we're looking to signing an additional midfield player on top of hopefully signing Moises Caicedo. Right now, links with Tyler Adams, links with Edson Alvarez, links with Romeo Lavia, Amadou Onana, and now Paredes. Paredes is attractive because currently he has 1 year left in his deal, and it's a bit of an interesting one because so far he is the oldest player that we've been linked with. He's around 29 years old. But you guys, calmer. Like, there's nothing to worry about right now. Naturally, if he's part of our shortlist, we have to target specific players that perform specific roles the club needs for Pochettino. Due to that 1 year deal, this guy becomes a very affordable last resort type of option. Let's keep things real. If by some unfortunate circumstance we absolutely flop adding midfield reinforcement, it means during deadline day in the final moments, we'll need contingency backup options in case any negatives happen. And we have to assess who's currently available in this market because most top midfield players have been taken off the market. I see why there's links to Paredes. For me, this guy is like the epitome of being a well-balanced midfield player. He's got tons of experience for Argentina. He was there for the World Cup. He's played for top clubs across top divisions. He's won major honours. And to keep things very simple, he's a player that breaks play up and can also create. And that's clearly something Pochettino wants to have alongside Enzo Fernandez. He's got aggression, he's got playmaking ability, and he can do these things doing it from a deeper position. For me, he's the type of last resort that you turn to when you know that you'll go back in the January market to hopefully wrap up your deal to maybe sign a Casado. Some may feel like, surely we should just keep Ugo Chukwu after we sign him, but there's belief that he'll probably go on loan to Strasbourg because we have to kind of give them a player so far. Obviously, Angelo Gabriel might not be going there, and he would benefit from playing week in, week out right now. So that's the latest updates surrounding Leandro Parades. We have loan news around Lewis Hall. Right now, Crystal Palace are exploring the possibility of signing him on loan before the window ends. Lewis didn't get as much game time during pre-season, but the few games that he did get minutes in, he did look very exciting and very promising. Lewis Hall would naturally sign a long-term contract before he does leave on loan. He made 12 apps last season, and even though he did show some youthful inexperience, I think that was mainly overshadowed by the guy's confidence, his quality in the final third, and how he actually affected the game at a very young age. So this guy is an extremely exciting prospect. We've done great business with Crystal Palace over the years, Batshuayi, Remy, Conor Gallagher, Ruben, etc, etc. And most times when guys perform on loan at Crystal Palace, they're ready to come back the following season and actually challenge for minutes. Him and Mitchell will be great competition, but I also wouldn't be surprised if Palace use Lewis Hall in a box-to-box role and also as the left back too. Now some may argue, Nini, why is a guy that was one of our better performing players last season having to leave because of guys like Cucurella and co who aren't as good as him? But for me, it's really this simple, and I say this after also being one of those fans to make comments like this over the years, but realistically, there's no market for Cucurella. It would be silly to keep this guy out of the team, because then how are you going to sell him in the following window? You're not going to generate any market for him, and then we're set to make a substantial loss. I think right now, it really benefits Lewis Hall to be playing week in, week out in a top division, where he can work on building that match experience. That's the most important thing. He has plenty of years ahead of him. And if he has success with Crystal Palace, he comes back potentially challenges alongside Ben Chilwell, and maybe in the next few years after that, he takes that #1 spot. And we also have an Ian Maatsen that's shown to Pochettino he is versatile across many positions. So I think in the future, we are set to have Hall and Maatsen compete on the left-hand side. If this loan move does go through, you're now thinking to yourself, does this give us a big advantage over Man City when it comes to signing Michael Olise? You'd feel selling our top prospect to Palace on loan would give us the possibility now to sign Olise for a good fee, as we've already agreed personal terms with the player. So let's continue to watch this space, my friends. These are the most crucial years for Lewis Hall to keep on learning and developing and having that match experience work on things that he's learned over the years. So I'm fully here for this. I hope it happens. Good luck to him. And now we discuss more updates around Moises Caicedo. Now that we've wrapped up the signing of Robert Sanchez, who has now of course completed his medical, we are waiting for him to be officially announced. Hopefully that's part 1 of Operation Casado over. Recently there was a mysterious club that made a greater offer than our last offer towards Brighton for Casado. That was coming from a Saudi club, but that was rejected. Obviously I can't imagine Casado wants to go there, and realistically there's no strong interest from other big clubs across Europe because they're priced out for making a move. So it's going to continue to be this battle between us and Brighton. Hopefully, eventually, one of these guys budges. Brighton, I feel, will just keep on just holding out for the money they want. And to be honest with you, I don't blame them. I mean, it reminds me of how we secured Enzo Fernandez in January. Now, let's not forget this. Rui Costa said this himself. During those deadline day talks, he even said, listen, we will sell you Enzo for £88 million guaranteed if he remains on loan with us until the end of the season and join you guys in the summer. We said no to that. We overpaid for him. And in hindsight, it's like, was there any need really to bring Enzo here in January? Because you were an absolute flop last season. Not much was learnt. And it's like you just came to the club at the absolute wrong time. The reason why I bring this up is that the club knows when to overpay for talents. And my thing is, if we are not signing Casado for Enzo Fernandez, then I'm going to be bitterly disappointed. We will absolutely undermine Pochettino's ambitions to challenge for the Premier League title. There's no one in the market that comes close to being as good as Casado, and we're signing him after he's exploded in the Premier League last season. There's a lot more upside to get from him throughout this season. It's believed our final bid for Casado should be around 90 million, so we're still not open to paying the 100 million, but now that we've kind of overpaid for Robert Sanchez, who for me shouldn't be getting sold for 25 million when Brighton have all these keepers in their team right now, I'm hoping this final bid will be enough for both teams to agree on this deal so we can finally just forget about this story. So my friends, one more story to break down, and you might be wondering what is happening with our pursuits to sign Elye Wahi from Montpellier. Again, similar to Casado, we have told Montpellier we don't want to pay the 30 million you want. Our final offer we're sticking with is 27.5 million euros. It seems like Wahi is more than fine with accepting a loan move now to Strasbourg for 1 season. My thing is, if Breuer was to end up leaving on loan, would it even be that bad bringing in a player like him where, you know, similar to Jackson, these guys have that type of profile that really suits and complements this Pochettino attack. I mean, you could argue that Wahi's been outscoring Jackson now since he was a teenager, and his goal record increases season by season. So this guy is a wonder kid. Right now, we've refused to pay more than 27.5 million for Wahi, and this is frustrating Montpellier because they can't sign a replacement until they receive money for Wahi. So currently, we have the advantage in these negotiations because hopefully we can sign him for the price we want to sign him for. So it seems like if we remain patient, we'll hopefully get the guy for the price we want, because realistically, he ain't going to be here for next season. My thinking is you have to move like this sometimes, because if we can sign certain guys for fees we want, hopefully whatever increase we have to pay for Casado gets offset from these multiple deals. So my friends, that's all the latest news roundup today. I'm expecting more news to be coming out today, and I've got other videos as well too. So I hope you guys enjoy. Hit that like button, share the video. And on that note, I'm Nini FC, this is BlueLionsTV. I'll catch you guys later with some more videos. Cool.